everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cupid, and we're about to get into another reading. This reading is called Why Are You Winning? Why are you winning right now? And what inspired this reading was the really nice, generous person who messaged me on Instagram. I don't know if you're watching this reading right now, but if you are, thank you for reaching out to me. That felt like a blessing. That felt like God coming through to help me out. And so I want to thank you for being that vessel, that messenger to message me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I really, really appreciate it. And it made me feel like, you know what? I'm winning. I'm winning right now. But it's like we don't always realize the ways that we are literally elevating every day. The ways that we are literally becoming who we want to be every day. And the ways we're being guided by the universe, by our communities, by, just the forces around us. We're being guided towards greatness every day. And so I want to do this reading to literally tell you why you're winning right now, because you are. Even if you don't think so. Even if you felt like a loser for the last week. Guess what? You're not a loser. And I'm about to tell you why. So, these are the groups, everybody. Group 1 is going to be this clear quartz that has this like angelic holographic type of film over it. So this is group 1. Group 2 is going to be this pink and white seashell. Okay, group 2. Group 3 is going to be my little ladybug, little Marilyn. This is her name. Marilyn the ladybug, okay? Oops. All right. So group 1, group 2, group 3. As always, I have a picture inserted, and all timestamps for each group are in the description box below. So catch you at your reading. Hi everybody, welcome to your reading, group 1. You have chosen the clear quartz, okay? We're going to get into your messages about why are you winning right now? Why are you? Not how are you. I feel like that's going to answer itself, you know what I'm saying? But why? Because we don't always see the ways we're winners. So I need to tell you, all right? So let me shuffle your cards, and I will see you on the other side. What is this? Light body, angelic light body. All right, group 1. I'm feeling it. Group 1, we're back at your reading, okay? So let me tell you, I'm just going to name all your cards, and then we're just going to get into the reading. I feel like that's the best way to do it. So we have the Tower, the World, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, King of Wands, and Temperance, okay? And at the bottom here, we have the Page of Pentacles. Oh, and then right underneath that, we got a Knight of Cups. So let me tell you already, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to keep this Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. How does that look on camera? It looks pretty damn good. Okay. So, group 1. Already with the Tower here and then the World underneath this, let me tell you, you were in some shit before. Maybe you didn't see it. Maybe you didn't realize it. But you were in some toxic shit with the Tower. You were in a situation that had no longevity. It was dysfunctional. And I feel like you're winning here because Spirit got you out of that. Like, you know how your collar gets yanked back? Like, you trying to go somewhere and then, like, your mom or a grown-up or whatever, or in, like, a cartoon, the collar get yanked back and you're like, whoop. This is Spirit. Spirit yanked you out that shit. You see, the lightning struck here, but you're tumbling out that, out the window, right? Spirit said, oop, emergency exit, because this whole thing about to come down. So maybe you didn't realize it at first, but start looking at your situation like you got saved, okay? You got saved from something that was about to burn down. Something that had nowhere to go. The only thing that was about to happen to that situation was for it to crumble. And Spirit got you out of it so that with the world here, you can become who you need to be. When I look at the world, I started seeing the world as a portal, right? Because this is the end of the major arcana, right? And I see it as like this, literally this portal opening up, or this light at the end of the tunnel, or the exit, right? The world, you walk through the exit. We have return underneath that. You're winning because you're returning to peace. You're returning to yourself. I feel like you got lost, right? The Tower, I feel like you got lost in the sauce. Someone else's sauce, right? Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it was a job. Maybe it was a friend group. Maybe it could have been anything. A way of thinking, a way of doing stuff. And I feel like you got yanked back so that you can be returned to your own self. I feel like that's like a big thing here. Like, protection is coming through, but it's like your focus, right? So I feel like this return, like your focus got returned back to you, right? With the world here, now you really can evolve, right? You can take control of your life. You can be the person that you want to be and not tied up in whatever nonsense is happening here, okay? So that's already why you're winning, because now you're in a place where you can focus on what really matters to you, which is you, okay? Now, the next column here, we have the Ace of Pentacles and then the Ten of Cups underneath that, okay? So after you got knocked out of this tower, you have been put in direct line with all the opportunities, or not, maybe, I don't know how to say this, like after you like basically were saved, now you're able to be in alignment with all the opportunities that you need to grow, to create this Ten of Cups, right? This fulfillment. I feel like before you just weren't happy, right? Whatever situation you were in, you were not happy. Now, with this Ace of Pentacles, to me, this Ace of Pentacles is not just one thing. It's many new opportunities. This can be financial opportunities, but I'm also hearing networking, like connections, which people may not always like associate that, but I'm feeling like this is not just like, oh, someone handing you money, or oh, a new job. This is like about a mindset change, right? New opportunities to change how you think, change how you operate. And I do feel like for a lot of you, this does go back to how you make money and how you feel secure in your life, right? Your sense of security in self, okay? And so that's why I'm not just getting like money opportunities. I'm getting many opportunities to learn, right? The Pentacle to me is about practicality, right? Learning. So there are new things coming through to teach you. You're open to learning these new lessons now, and these lessons are going to put you in direct alignment with your happiness, your overall happiness, right? I'm also seeing that you're going to be learning how to pour into your own cups, right? You know how like in some of the tarots, like there's all these cups around a person, but some of them are empty, some of them are full, some got snakes, some got, right, like the Seven of Pentacles. Spirit says, no, you get all the cups. You have all the cups. But now you need to figure out how to keep them full from yourself. How can one cup pour into the next cup, pour into the next cup, pour into the next cup, right? This Ace of Pentacles, You're now in alignment to learn these things so that you don't have to get caught up in other people's towers. Because to me, that's what this was. This was somebody else's nonsense. Some other ish that had nothing to do with you, okay? And you got yanked back so that you can figure out, so that you can learn how to worry about what got to do with you, right? So you can figure out how to nurture yourself. Some of you were probably in situations where you felt like you needed to nurture other people. You needed to be there to help somebody else, help somebody with their problems, keep them afloat. And all it was doing was dragging you down, all right? We have marbles underneath here. So you're getting your shit together, right? That's why you're winning, because now you can get your shit together. Now you can become, like I said, in alignment, right? I don't know if you guys, because this marble card, this marble card is new in my deck, right? And it's really just about how you can have all these marbles, all these pieces, all these parts, and they're just rolling all over the place. And it can be hard to catch them. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? You can gather your marbles. And so it's like, that's what I'm seeing here. Like before, all your marbles were kind of like disorganized. But now you're in a position to learn how to get that shit together. And you are. Like, I'm literally already seeing you being put in a place where you can have all your shit together, right? Because you walk through this portal. You know, it's like there's a story unfolding here, okay? Where it's like you got yanked out of the tower, you stepped through the portal, and now in this new portal, you're learning new skills. You're learning new ways of doing things. It's like everything's coming together one by one by one, all right? Then we have the King of Wands here. And this is interesting. We have King of Wands and we have Temperance, okay? And then right underneath that, we have look at the facts, okay? So this King of Wands, he is a very passionate, ambitious character, right? This is a go-getter, right? Somebody who has dreams, somebody who is assertive, and they are confident, right? So I feel like you're getting a boost to your ego. We have ego here. There's a boost to your ego right now because I feel like because you feel freer. I feel like you feel lighter as well. There's like a lightness here. And then we have light body. I didn't even get into that. But yeah, there's a lightness here, right? You feel free to create what you want to create. Pursue what you want to pursue. You're no longer stuck in somebody else's nonsense. You are 100% solo dolo. You are hitting the streets. You're making shit pop. But with the Temperance here, it's like you're learning how to keep that momentum, and you're also learning how to what is it called? It's like you're learning when and where to put your energy, right? With the Temperance, like discernment, right? But that wasn't really what I was looking for. That wasn't the word I was looking for. I was looking for a word that's like, sustainable. Sustaining. Yeah. It's like you have all this passion. You have all this drive, these ideas. You're a go-getter. You could be an entrepreneur. But the Temperance here, you're learning how to make things work in the long run. And that comes with not burning yourself out, right? So not giving too much in one direction, not giving too much to one person, not, let's rearrange our schedule so we're not working ourselves to death. It's like you're learning how to really see things for what they are so that you can make the proper adjustments, right? So you're not going to compromise your passions, but you are going to be a bit more strategic about your energy, right? When to be more fluid, when to be more rigid, right? Like I said, look at the facts. You're learning how to be more realistic. You're learning how to see things for what they are. And that's why you're winning right now, because you're giving in to these lessons of learning how to see things what they are, as they are, so that you can make the proper adjustments, right? That's how you get your marbles in check. When you take the time to actually analyze your situation and see, okay, this is what's happening over here. This is what's happening over here. This is how I'm feeling about this, this, and this. I'm tired right now, so maybe I can only do one thing, but tomorrow maybe, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're giving yourself more room to be flawed or to be human, and really it's allowing because you're doing this, it's opening the door to so much more possibility, because now you have the endurance, or rather you're learning how to have the endurance is what I'm getting. Like, you know, slow and steady wins the race. It doesn't mean you have to, it doesn't mean don't push. It doesn't mean don't put in effort, but it does mean pace yourself. Do you want to move fast, or do you want to win? Right? Because they're two different things. That wasn't the best way to say that. I said this way better the other day. But it's like, look, you can push and push and push and push and rush and have a tunnel vision, and you can burn yourself out. Or you can think long term. Do you want to win the race? If you want to win the race, or if you want to reach the end of the marathon, because life is not a race, then guess what? You need to honor your limits, and you need to pace yourself, and you need to plan around your limits, right? Your limits don't have to be weaknesses, but they can be. They can be if you don't honor them. Your limits can definitely be weaknesses. If you don't honor them, they will bite you in the ass. But as soon as you honor your limits, then you can make adjustments that turn those limits into secret weapons, right? A limit doesn't mean, oh, you can't. That just means those are the parameters of your functionality, right? If you know that you're somebody that at 10 p.m. you clock out, you don't want to work, then why are you putting so much stuff on your to-do list, knowing good and well you're not going to get all that stuff done before 10 o'clock? If you know that if you don't eat lunch, then you're going to burn out by 3 o'clock, then why would you not eat lunch? Or better yet, why would you not eat lunch and then be surprised that you're literally grumpy and tired and don't want to do anything at 3? You know what I'm saying? And those are just examples, but it's kind of like you're learning how to work with yourself and work with your environment so that you can get the most out of it. It's like you're realizing, you know what? I don't have to, you know, get caught up in the illusion, right? Because that's what the ego is also giving me too, these illusions. These illusions that things are working with the Tower. These illusions that you have to do things a certain way when you don't. In reality, you can do things the best way that suits you and still get what you want. You know? I mean, I hope all this is like making sense, because, you know, this reading is not really like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm just giving the messages. But anyway, underneath here we have the Page of Pentacles, and then we also have the Knight of Cups. All right? So what I'm getting here, your overall energy of why you're winning. You're winning because I feel like you're learning how to work with your fluidity. I feel like for some of you, maybe you were a bit more rigid. Maybe you were an earth sign, or you had a fire sign, or you're a fire sign, or you just had a fixed placement, right? But I'm definitely getting there's this rigidity here with the Tower, where a part of you was like, maybe you were just really set on something, right? Like tunnel vision, like you're really set on a way. You're set on a way. But with this Page of Pentacles and then the Knight of Cups underneath here, it's like you're learning how to allow this fluidity of the water to work with you, right? You know, a Knight of Cups is like charismatic. They can kind of like charm their way, you know, get, you know, make people feel like, you know, I don't really know how to like apply that here, but hope it, you know, it's going to resonate for everybody different. But it's like apply that type of energy towards just your overall life, right? You know, charming life, right? You don't have to force and push life. You don't have to tell life what to do, but you can convince, you can persuade, you can give a little wink and a shrug and a shimmy and a smile and maybe a laugh here and there, make somebody feel good and get what you want, right? Like I said, working with your environment, working with your limits, right? This fluidity of like, just, I don't know. There's like a sensitivity here too. So like maybe the part of like honoring your own, like so you don't burn out. So like, you know, it's okay to be a bit more sensitive. It's okay to need to take your time with things. It's okay if you need, you know, people around you that are like receptive to your sensitivity, you know, these things matter. Like, you don't have to just, you know, always be so hard and structured and rigid, like, you know. And then the Page of Pentacles is letting me know, like, there are some things you just need to learn here, right? Maybe there was a part of you at one point who felt like you knew everything, or you already knew what to do, or you already felt like, you know, there's this openness here, like opening up to the fact that there's more you need to learn, or there's things you didn't know, right? Look at the facts. You're learning how to be honest with what you see, honest with what you feel, right? And that's why you're winning, because nobody can really stop you when you're honest. Nobody can stop you when you are already playing the game in a way that's going to benefit you. People want you to play the game how they play, because then they can predict your movements. But it's like when you say, no, let me take a look. No. Let me see what I can do for myself. All of a sudden you're unpredictable. All of a sudden you're getting what you want with the Knight of Cups. Let me tell you, this Knight of Cups can charm anybody into giving them whatever they want. You're learning to let your sensitivity and your limits and your willingness to not push things, it's going to get you what you want, right? You can still be ambitious here with the King of Wands, but you don't have to force anything. You can have all the dreams in the world, but you don't have to force nothing, okay? Let me do your advice, right? So we have Archangel Michael. We have Archangel Michael here. And then we also have the Angelic Light Body. And I'm like so into this card right now, right? This is like a big fiery wand, right? Angelic Light Body. But it also makes me think of like a dandelion. So some of y'all could be fire signs. So Archangel Michael, I stand before you as the protector. Call me when you have forgotten your omnipresence, and I will stand beside you with my sword and shield. Listen to my whispers of remembrance that you too are a spark of the all. So this is like you're being divinely protected. Like I said, you got yanked out that tower, okay? If you don't realize it yet, you were saved. Spirit saved you, protected you from whatever that shit was that was not going to work, okay? And so your advice here is to understand that you are always going to be protected and you are always going to be guided, okay? And that as long as you honor your limits, if you ask for help when you need it, when you sit down when you need it, if you need to rest, you take that rest. If you need to just chill out and be good, if you need to let things go, if you need to push, if you need to pull, if you need to just honor the truth, look at the facts and act accordingly, you're going to be protected and you are going to be guided. You're not alone, okay? Let's look at the Angelic Light Body. Angelic Light Body. They don't want me to look at that one. Maybe it's 56. Light Body Activation. Yeah. So on here it says Angelic Light Body, but on the book it says Light Body Activation. So it says, it's kind of long, but I'm going to read it to you. The first level is acknowledgement of quickening. To know the essence of self, connected by the thread of life to our golden center. Being in this space requires awareness to the subtleties of source. The acknowledgement that we are a source spark. Being in this space brings about a knowing of being in the right place at the right time. Acknowledgement that we must also do our part, and a knowing of our greatest potential. Self-responsibility and self-acknowledgement. It also comes with an ability to see the synchronicity, showing us the way forward. Golden thread, DNA spiral with coding throughout, unique to each individual. This is literally what I was saying. You're learning to honor yourself, honor the path, honor the guidance, right? Like when you're not just tired, you know, God speaks to us through so many ways, even through our body, right? You want to sit down, God's telling you to sit down. That's why your knees are weak. Sit down. You tired? Guess what? Your eyes are heavy. That's God letting you know to rest. Okay? Like I said with the... I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys, like, heard the rest of that. But, like, literally I was just saying that when God opened that window to you to get out of this tower, you saw that as the portal, the way out. And you went through it. And that opened the door for so much of your life to go at ease. It's easy if you want it to be, right? You don't have to push, fight, force. You don't have to. You don't have to because you're guided. Let me tell you, the universe don't want you to force anything because everything that's for you won't need to be forced. You might need to put a little oomph in your step, but you don't need to force anything to be yours, okay? So I'm going to leave it there for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you want to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, Group 1. Hey, Group 2. Welcome. We're about to get into it. Let me take a sip of my tea. Man, I feel like it is taking me forever to do these readings today. I don't know why. Alright, Group 2. We're going to get into why you are winning. You have chosen the pink and white seashell. I'm going to shuffle your cards and see you on the other side. Group 3. Hi. Oops, my bad. Group 2. Welcome. Okay, so I feel like this is the group that is doing some active manifesting, okay? You could be actively like chanting or writing things down, but I feel like you guys here, there's something that you want that you've really been pushing for, and what I'm seeing is that you're going to get it, and that's why you're winning right now. So let's get into it. So we have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and then the Ace of Cups. Okay? So, so first things first, with this Two of Wands here, and then the Ace of Swords right underneath that. So we have two aces already, which lets me know that, oh, and then we have start over. So already what I'm seeing here is that you're manifesting a whole new start. You're manifesting a whole new life. You want to go in a new direction. With the Two of Wands and then the Ace of Swords here, to me, this is where I got this manifestation here coming through. So with the Two of Wands, I'm getting like, I feel like this is you desiring some type of forward movement, right? You're trying to get out of where you are right now. However, it might not be immediately in your reach, right? The Ace of Swords, to me, this is like you literally making yourself heard, right? Making it known what it is that you need. We have personal right underneath here. Ooh, where you go? We have personal. And then we also have write it down, which is in this other column, but I'm going to call it out now. And so I feel like this could be you journaling, right? Some of you could be journaling or like just literally writing down the things that you want. This could, either way, this could be you, like I said, speaking what you want out loud. But either way, you're in this energy of acknowledging what it is that you are striving for, right? The Two of Wands to me is always going to be a restless energy, right? It's still, but it's coming from a place of wanting more, right? So it's like you're acknowledging that you don't want to be where you are. You are at this crossroads, and you're putting it out there in a very clear way what it is that you want with the Ace of Swords. You're being assertive with your desires here, right? You're letting it be known. I did not even start my timer. I hate that. Oh, that means I'm going to have to like literally watch the clock. My camera will literally shut off at 25 minutes. All right, and we're at 8. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So then we have the Three of Wands here. And then the Six of Cups. Okay? So you could be feeling nostalgic. I get for a lot of you, you are feeling nostalgic about a past situation. And I'll go as far as to say a past disappointment, right? With the Six of Cups, it's like there was something in the past that you were really stuck on, you were really nostalgic about. Maybe you went back to it and maybe you didn't. I don't think that really matters here. But either way, with this Three of Wands, it's like, I feel like you're taking everything from that past situation that you liked and you are putting it out there again to get that back. It's hard to explain because it's like I'm not getting this energy of you want an ex back. Some of you want an ex to come back. Ooh, damn. Look, some of y'all want an ex to come back. Some of you are manifesting an ex. I'm not going to judge you, okay? Now, the fact that this is coming up with a why you're winning situation, just know that this ex is going to come back. If you're trying to manifest an ex and you click this group, they're going to come back, and that's why you're winning right now. But I feel like that's not even really the main message here, right? The main message here is about you doing the inner work to get what you want. I don't know. Like some of y'all could just be really powerful manifestors, and that's why you're winning right now, because it's like what you're putting out there that you desire, it's working. I feel like for some of you, you're learning that your words hold power. So like I said, whether you're writing them down, whether you're speaking it out loud, whatever you're doing, it is creating the change that you want in the 5D. Okay? But the Three of Wands, to me, that is like prayer. That is like, in this picture, this person is like down on their knees. They're praying up to these arrows, right? These opportunities. They say, please rain down on me. Please shoot these arrows in my direction, right? So some of y'all are manifesting love. Like literally, you are manifesting love, whether it's an ex or a new person. You want to love again. And I feel like this is also just about, I feel like you guys are like allowing yourself time as well, because we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Y'all, big manifestation energy. We got Two of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. So you're not really in a rush for this to come through, which is honestly why it's going to come through a little faster than you think, because we have the Chariot here at the bottom of the deck. Okay? So we have the Seven of Pentacles and then the Ace of Cups right underneath here. You're winning because you're not forcing the changes, right? I feel like you're writing down what you want. You are putting the energy out there. This is very straightforward, okay? You're putting the energy out there. You're being very honest about your intention. But I feel like this is also about kind of like learning from the mistakes, right? Learning from what happened in the past. And I don't want to say learning, I guess, in a really literal way, because I don't see any pentacles here, and I don't see, except the 7 of Pentacles, and I don't really see too many cards about learning. But with the 6 of Cups, I guess you could say it's more reflective, right? So it's kind of like you're taking everything that you liked from the past, and you're taking everything that didn't go right in the past, or that you didn't like, or that was a mistake, or whatever, and you're like, it's like you're taking these things and separating them so you could be like, okay, these things I liked, so I want more of this. But the things I don't like, I don't want any of that. No more. And with the 3 of Wands, I'm getting like faith, right? Faith. You're having the faith and the hope that another good love can come through, okay? I also feel like this is a lot to do with just like, healing as well. I think maybe in the past, maybe you had a hard time letting love in, perhaps. Or some of you were hurt in love. This is a very vague group. I feel like this is a vague group. For some of you, this could just be a big group, but I'm not getting, it's like it's straightforward, but it's not specific. So I'm so sorry if you feel like this is not specific at all. I'm not getting any specific messages. I just feel like there's a group here learning to manifest the right type of love. And I feel like this has to do with self-love as well, because on this card for your own, well, this isn't your advice, I guess, but it says compassion and forgiveness. And so I feel like some of y'all are learning to be a bit softer with yourselves, if that makes sense. Be a bit softer with yourself. Be a bit more understanding, like, we're going to make these mistakes. We're going to mess up in the past in our relationships. But it's really more so about doing better the next time, okay? It's not about being perfect. It's just about learning so that you can do better the next time. And I feel like you're really learning here, or you're working through like actually doing that. And maybe in the past, like I said, you had a hard time doing that, where you would beat yourself up, right? Where you would take these things really personal. When things didn't work out, you would take it really personal. And I feel like you're kind of like, you're in this space where you're doing what you're supposed to do. And maybe that's the wrong way to put it. Like, not necessarily doing what you're supposed to do, but it's like you're taking into account the things that are happening so that you can make the correct adjustments, right? So you can move forward instead of backwards, right? So you can move forward in a healthy way with the Chariot and not be stuck doing the same things over and over, right? Because like I said, you're starting here at this 2 of Wands, right? Where you want certain things, but maybe you didn't have the faith to push forward. So you would hold on to the other thing that was more stable or more secure. Or maybe you wouldn't speak up because you didn't want to rock the boat, right? And now it's like you're coming into this space where you're like, you know what? No, I'm going to speak up. You know what I'm saying? If it feels personal, right? When these things go wrong and it feels personal, it's because you didn't speak up. There was a boundary that you didn't enforce. There was a need that you didn't make known. And that's why like literally some things feel personal when they're not. And it's because you didn't do the work yourself to make sure your personal needs were met. How can somebody meet your needs when they don't know your needs? You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's where you're at now, where you're saying, you know what, I need to take responsibility for my person, I'm my person. You know what I'm saying? I need to be personal about my desires, right? I'm not going to put it to the side because I'm scared that somebody's not going to hear me. If they don't hear me, well, then they're not the one, right? Why are you choosing to be silent to stay in something just for the sake of staying in it? Speak up. Once you start speaking up and using your words, that's when things will really start revealing themselves. Are they in alignment or not? But when you hold on to things and you're quiet and you choose to basically be self-sacrificial, you're not allowing things to show you in their authenticity, whether it's for you or not, right? You get stuck in the illusion and the safety of this predictable behavior. But I see you here kind of like letting go of that and really working through asking for what you want. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, like asking for what you want and holding out when what you want is not within reach, right? Because that's what we're getting with the Seven of Pentacles and even this Three of Wands, but the Seven of Pentacles especially is about patience. Allowing your ships to come in, allowing your crops to grow, allowing your fruit to harvest or whatever, like, you know, whatever way you want to metaphorize it, y'all. Pardon me, but like whatever way you feel like it's best said, you're in this space now of saying, you know what, I'm going to make what I need known, and I'm going to uphold those boundaries and expectations until what I want comes through. This is about self-love, right? Forgiving yourself for sticking around for what you didn't want in the past, right? Forgiving yourself for not showing yourself that compassion that was necessary to say no to things that didn't make you happy, right? Learning how to not abandon self for other people's desires and expectations, okay? I don't even know where I'm at with this reading because I didn't start my timer, so I'm a little thrown off, but yeah, with this Chariot here, and then the Tower is underneath here. And so it's kind of like you're realizing, like, it's like you're realizing, I feel like this is kind of similar to Group 1. A part of me wanted to, like, just leave it at Group 1, but I kept going. So this is kind of similar to Group 1, like with this Tower and then the Chariot. It's like there was something you were in before and you realized, like, this is not making me happy and this is not going in the direction I needed to go. I need to get out of this Tower. Because guess what? You had to leave because it's not sustainable. The Tower has to come down, right? This old structure, this old way of doing things, it had to come down because it's not making you feel good. It's not making you happy. It's not getting you to where you want to be. And I feel like this Chariot, I feel like some of you had to make a decision, or you're going to make it, or you're in the process of making a decision. This could be a literal move. This could just be like about how you move, right? Moving different, right? I never really noticed, but there's like this third eye here, right? And the horses are like looking at each other. Usually they're like going in two different directions. But it's like these horses are looking at each other and then there's this eye here. Yeah. It's like maybe in the past you had people making decisions for you, right? Yeah, like you let people make decisions for you, right? And they would pull you in these different directions. And it's like, I feel like with this eye here, it's like you're seeing now that you are in, like, it's your Chariot. I don't know. Tell me in the comments how that resonates with you with this third eye here. If, you know, especially if you read tarot, like, how would you read that? But, like, I'm getting this weird conflict here. Like, it's kind of spooky to me because I never really realized it. But it's like these horses are fighting over what direction this is going to go. But this eye is calm in the center here. This eye is calm. And so I'm feeling like this is like you realizing, like, it doesn't matter the conflict. It doesn't matter the push and pull, the back and forth. At the end of the day, the Chariot is moving. So when the Chariot's moving, you don't have a choice but to be moved, right? The Tower is coming down. You don't have a choice but to exit, right? And so it's like you're seeing, like, there can be this push and pull, this back and forth, this disagreement all day, but the Chariot is moving regardless. And it's like really just about, I don't know. I feel like this is going to resonate with everybody resonate different for everybody, because for some of you, It's like you're learning how to speak up for yourself to make the decisions best for you in your life. And like I said, with this compassion and forgiveness, like some of you beat yourself up because in the past you didn't take that assertive role, right? In the past you went with what other people wanted to do. You didn't do what you wanted to do. And for others of you, maybe you were fighting yourself. Maybe you just didn't want to allow things to move how they were moving. But for a lot of you, you're manifesting, I feel like, a new self. Like you're manifesting a new self, a new life, a new direction. And this does come with new love for a lot of you. But that love starts within, the self-love. Okay? And I'm not going to take back anything I said before. I do feel like there's somebody here, there's someone or a small group here who is manifesting love specifically. But I feel like the major message here is about taking control of the direction that you want to go, instead of putting it in other people's hands to get you there, right? Like I said, if the betrayal or the ending or the disappointment or whatever feels personal, no, it's because you didn't put yourself first. It feels personal because your needs were not met. It feels personal because you, the person most important to you, was not properly considered. And so this is about personal responsibility, right? We're taking personal responsibility to forgive ourselves and to forgive others, right? This is almost like a mirror, okay? How can somebody know what you need when you don't speak up? How can somebody know that you're serious about something when you don't stand on that boundary? Let me tell you, everybody's out for themselves. So be out for yourself. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be selfish in like a terrible way. But when the time comes to put you first, do it every time. Because if not, you're always going to be upset and hurt when you get left behind by all the other people who are putting themselves first when it matters. Right? Writing it down. Some of you, like I said, are journaling. You're taking responsibility for what you get in your life, right? I started saying this, like, I'm only accepting what I want. I'm only accepting what I want. Once it's something I don't want, I'm denying it. Access denied. If it's something I want off the jump, I'm not even letting it in. Accept what you want, right? And that's where this, like, some of y'all are in the process of learning what you want, discovering, allowing what you want to unfold, right? With the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, some of you, there are things that you know you want, but I feel like you still are discovering self here, right? Who am I and what do I need? What am I longing for, right? This start over, and then we have another life. Ooh, and then we have recovery underneath that. Y'all are learning how to be you. How to be you, right? Who are you? There was an old life you were living as a version of yourself that wasn't even authentic, right? There was a version of yourself you were living through that wasn't even authentic. You were living as a reflection of everyone around you. Now you're learning how to live as a reflection of self. It's time for you to look in the mirror at yourself. Don't look at other people's reflections and hope to find your answers there. You won't. You might find your flaws. You might find the ways that you're different. But the only way you're going to really know what you want and what you need is if you turn that mirror towards you. Who are you? Okay? I want to read the Archangel Light Code, what these cards say, and then we might just be done with this group. Okay? So we have Archangel Zadkiel. Zadkiel? I don't know how to say this. Rest in the warmth of compassion and forgiveness. Let go of guilt, sadness, and burden, for you are love. Even though we feel separated, we are all truly connected as one to the all. So some of y'all, like I said, it's like y'all were searching for yourself in other people. Even though we feel separated, we are all truly connected. Yeah, it's like you felt lost, right? You knew you didn't really know what you wanted or who you were, but it's like you were hoping to find that in other people, you know? Like you feel like if you don't have love or you need, y'all, I don't even know when my camera cut off. Let me read the magenta card to you again. And then we'll wrap up the reading because I'm in a talkative mood. And that's probably why my readings, I feel like it's taken me a long time to record today. So it says, unconditional love. Love in the small things. Divinely guided, belonging, and tranquility. Yeah, so like I said, there's this energy here of you wanting to find your tribe, wanting to find your people, wanting to find your community, right? Wanting to find, but that comes from finding yourself, right? So just maybe some of you do need to do some mirror magic. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but like look in the mirror, right? Every day look in the mirror, say your manifestations in the mirror, or say your affirmations in the mirror. Give yourself a kiss in the mirror, right? You want to find you want to find what you want, you want to find who you are. Look in your reflection, no one else's, okay? And you're going to find exactly what it is that you're asking for. You're going to get exactly what it is that you need. And you're really already on the road to getting everything you need. But it's like, yeah, it's like new body, new heart, new mind. You are becoming a whole new person. And that's why you're winning right now. You're literally becoming you. More than you've ever been. Before, you were lost in other people's sauce. Other people were directing your life. Other people's expectations. Other people's beliefs. Other people's desires. And it's like you're stepping away from that. Like, no. I have my own beliefs. I have my own desires. I just need to figure out what that is so that I can ask for it. Okay? So I'm going to leave your reading here. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you would like to be notified when I post a new video, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, group 2. Welcome, group 3. You have chosen Marilyn the Ladybug. I'm going to try and keep it on track because I have talked a lot today. And my battery, or not my battery, but my camera has cut off on me multiple times today. So I'm going to try my best to wrap it up in a timely manner. I'm not sure why that's happening. I'm going to have to reflect on it some more later. But anyway, let me go ahead and shuffle your cards for why are you winning. And we're going to get right into it, okay? All right, group 3, y'all. Let me tell you, I'm trying my best to stay focused, and it's because, not that this isn't interesting to me, but because I suddenly remembered the other things I have to do and like what time it is now. Don't you hate that? So now I'm like trying not to think about the things I gotta do. Anyway, y'all, I think this could have been a collective reading for everybody, but at the same time, each group is slightly different in a way where it's like, this is valuable that I did do 3 groups. Let me not ramble. So let's get into it. Group 3. Already, I feel like you are not second guessing yourself. You're not settling. Some of you could be Geminis. There is like an air energy coming through. I'm also getting Venus, because we got the Lovers, and then we have Love here. So you could be a Venetian of some sort, Taurus, Libra, 5th house placements, whatever have you. I don't know. I'm not an astrologer. I'm gonna learn, y'all, but not today. But anyway, so we have the 9 of Swords here, the 7 of Cups, King of Swords, 2 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and then the Emperor. Okay, so already this is like boss energy. Like, you are over here learning not to second guess yourself, okay? So with the 9 of Swords and then the 7 of Cups, I feel like maybe you used to have a thing where you would be afraid of taking risk, right? Why are you winning right now, right? The 9 of Swords is about fears, but it's about, I wouldn't even say like fears. It can be about apprehensions, worries, just doubt even. But it's about things that are rooted in reality, right? And so I feel like you are in this space where you trust your intuition, right? The 7 of Cups underneath that is like, you're not afraid to try something else, right? Something different. If there's something about a situation you don't like, you don't have a problem moving forward and seeing what else is there to offer with the 7 of Cups here, right? There are so many options. There's lots of options. There are many things that you can choose from. And if something is putting you in your head, putting you in a doubtful place, making you worried, making you, you don't feel good, then you are open to saying, well, fuck it. That's what I get with the 7 of Cups. They're like juggling these cups. Fuck it. I got a lot to choose from, right? That's where you're at. And then we have the World will never wait for certainty. And so maybe in the past you found yourself continuing to do things you didn't want, staying in situations that you weren't into because you weren't sure, right? You didn't know. You weren't sure of what would happen if you left those situations behind, or you had this fear that if you left and or whatever reason, and now you're like, you know what? The world is not going to wait for me to be certain about something, right? If I'm unsure if I'm going to leave something and I stay, well, guess what? The world keeps spinning and another year goes by and another 2 years goes by and I'm still stuck where I don't want to be. So I'm going to make moves when it's time to make the moves, so that because the only person waiting around is you, but not the world, right? The world gonna be like, hey bro, you good? You didn't answer? All right, bro, I'll come back to you 10 years from now. I'll check on you in 10 years. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like you're looking at it like, no, I don't want to keep being left behind. I don't want to keep looking up and time has passed by and I'm still stuck in the same situation. Ooh. Pardon me. I'm going to try and cut that out. Still stuck in the same situations, right? I don't want to look up and years have gone by and I'm still doing the same things I said I didn't want to do. I'm still hurting myself. I'm still upset. I'm still anxious. I'm still worried. No, I don't want to do that. And I feel like for a lot of you, because the first group wasn't really like love related, love kind of came through for the second group, but love is like outright on the table for the third group. And so I feel like for you, this has been about your romantic relationships, right? Like, afraid. And the thing is, this could be about you afraid to try something new, right? With the 9 of Swords, maybe there was things in the past that have happened that have you on the fence, right? Because to me, the 9 of Swords is about the reality, right? The fear, the reality of our fears. Whereas the 4 of Swords can be like apprehension and stuff, but it's like in our head, our imagination, you know? Or at least that's how I learned when I first learned tarot. So it's like, maybe because of the things in your past, you have had this thing about trying new things or trying new ways of doing stuff, right? Because the Seven of Cups, I mean, these cups, none of these cups are in theory like each other. All of them are different. And so it's like, you're choosing to open up to things you never done before, taking chances, because nobody's waiting but you. Everything else is going to keep pushing forward. And so it's like, you're in this place like, no, I'm going to push forward. I'm going to push forward. Because you want to. Now we have the King of Swords here. Now this is my strategist, right? I feel like I can say that about a lot of cards. But with the King of Swords, I always feel like this is the strategist, right? This is the one ready to make a move when it's time. He has a plan and he's observant. And so I feel like that's your overall energy of just being like, you could be a air sign, right? I did say Libra, didn't I? So you could be a Libra because I'm getting air and I'm getting Venus, but you could also be a Gemini. I didn't call out signs for the other groups because, you know, but you could also be Aries here with the Emperor. And so I feel like you have the King of Swords and then you have the Two of Wands here. And so I feel like you're learning how to make calculated moves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, before you would hold on to situations or mindsets or ways of doing things because it worked in the past, even though you never really quite felt at peace, right? Either you got hurt or you were anxious or you were not valued correctly or you were lied to or whatever. Because you see this King of Swords, he walks around with the sword in his chest. And so, yeah, there's like this baggage. But it's like, now you're like, no, because I'm restless. Two of Wands. No, I do want more. I do want more. Because the Two of Wands is an edge of its seat kind of card as well. And so you're like, no, I do want more. I do want to make changes. I do want to take risks. But I'm going to be calculated about it, right? Safe travels, right? You're going to make these moves, right? You're going to make the moves. But you're in this place of like, you know what? I'm going to do it my way. Oh, let me check the camera. Sorry, guys. I'm getting so like antsy right now. Yeah, but you're like, I'm going to make these moves, but I'm going to do it my way, right? It's like you're integrating the part of you that does want that security and that comfort with the part of you that wants more, right? I think in the first group I was saying you can't have new shit if you do the same shit, right? You want shit you ain't never had before, you're going to have to do some shit you ain't never done before. Period. And that's where you're at now. You're like, no, I'm going to do that shit I ain't ever done before. Because there's so much more out there for me with the Seven of Cups. There's so much more out there for me to have. There's so much more I can be experiencing. But I'm not experiencing them because I'm still trying to do the same things. Even though you know it's not working for you. It hasn't been working for you. You know what I mean? And then we have Six of Swords here, the Emperor, and 777. So you could be seeing sevens. That's important to you somehow. And then we have Shapeshift. You're switching it up. You are switching up on them, right? The Six of Swords, you're leaving some shit behind. There is a way of thinking. I feel like because there's a lot of swords out here. A lot of swords. So there was a way of thinking. You could definitely be an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There was a way of thinking and doing things that was not working for you, right? There was a way you were going about it. Maybe also you weren't even, I feel like also there was this, there's an element here of not speaking up, which is relevant to the other two groups too. So if you felt like you need to watch any of the other groups, you should. Because they are all resonating or all like connected, it feels like. But the Emperor, you see, he has his sword, but he's a fire sign. And so I feel like there's this energy here of like you having your reservations, right? Being apprehensive, but learning how to speak up. How to utilize that tool, right? That sword. How can you use that sword when it's necessary, right? When is it time to pull it out of the sheath and, you know, strike. I don't know how to use a sword, so I don't know the right terminology. But it's like whatever it was in the past, it's like you're putting that down and you're ready to take on a more assertive role, which is where the 7 is to me. 7s is about the divine path. It is about moving forward steadily with faith that things will work out. Things will play out as they will, right? And being determined to stay on that path, right? 777. So I'm getting 7 of Wands. We have 7 of Cups on the table, right? And I'm also hearing 7 of Pentacles. Those are our 3 7s right now. So it's like everything you want is within reach. You have to just be patient and have enough faith to allow it to be yours. You know what I mean? You're shape-shifting who you were before. I feel like this is a transformative energy for you, which is why you're winning, because you're transforming into this person that is assertive and takes the risk, right? But they're, like I said, they're calculated risk, because before I feel like you're somebody who wants to be certain about everything, right? You want to know everything. You want to know it's going to work out. You want to know how it's going to work out. You want to know when. You want to know the timeline. But like I said here, the world doesn't wait for certainty. You want to know when it's the right time to leave a situation when you feel like it. Once you feel like, I don't want to be here, then get out. Leave. Because if you don't, like I said, the world is not waiting on you. They're going to check in. Hey, you good, bruh? No answer? Okay, be back in a week. And so you have to understand, like, hey, nobody's waiting on me to know. Nobody's waiting on me to be sure. I think I said this either in group 1 or the last group, but like, or maybe that was a whole nother reading. I did 2 readings today, so I don't know. But I was like, literally, nobody's going to wait for you to make a decision. If you choose to not make a choice, other people will make choices for you. Maybe that was the last reading. So maybe check out the last video if you didn't watch that. But yeah, like, if you don't want people to make choices for you, make them for yourself. Nobody's going to wait for you to decide. Okay? So go ahead and decide for you. And yes, you can be as calculated as you need be, but there has to be a balance, right? Which is, the Lovers is also about balance as well. You know, that duality. But I do feel like there's an element of love here. So like I said, you could be a Libra or Gemini or Aquarius, or you can have Venetian placements, or there's just something here about love. I feel like for some of y'all, you really want to find love, but maybe the way you were going about it in the past just wasn't working for you, right? The way you were going about love kept you stuck, you know, unsure of how to move. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is a lot more specific than the last group. But man, maybe just this topic, I need to do bigger topics, right? Because I feel like the best messages come through these bigger topics. But I need more practice, I guess, with how broad they feel. Like, this feels so broad. Like, I feel like I can't even pin down a specific scenario, which I love being able to pin down a scenario. But here I'm not really getting that. I just feel like the way in which you were going about love, maybe how you went about communicating in love even. Because like I said, there's all these swords here, right? The way you were communicating in love, your beliefs around love and relationships, there's a conflict here. There's a conflict that you've been dealing with that's kept you stuck. And now you're like, you're in this energy of saying, you know what? I'm going to take risks. I'm going to take chances. I'm going to make decisions, even if the whole situation hasn't played out, even if I haven't gotten all the answers I feel like I need. I'm going to start following my hunch, right? You get a hunch and you follow it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're trusting yourself to be the strategist that you are, right? Trust yourself to make the right choice every time. You know what I'm saying? Even if it turns out that choice didn't have the best outcome, guess what? You got the best lesson, right? So it was still the right choice. When you trust yourself and you make choices out of a desire to, you know, explore and be brave and go towards your heart's desire, you're going to either get the best you're going to get the best outcome regardless, whether it's the relationship you want or the lesson that best gets you to where you need to go, right? Instead of you repeating the same toxic cycles and patterns over and over. You know what I'm saying? Better to learn a new lesson and graduate to a new class than to have to repeat a class. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shapeshift. Ooh, and then we got 1, 2, 3 under here, right? Ooh, and tyrant. So I feel like some of y'all in the past, like y'all like to control things, right? Maybe this need for certainty was your desire to control the situation, your desire to see where this, you want to know, like I say, you want to know everything, right? You want to have absolute power. But maybe you were trying to do this in a passive way by not communicating clearly or assertively. And I feel like with this Emperor here, you're like, no, I can still have control over me and what I do, but I need to show my control in another way, because if you're being passive, guess what? You're being manipulative. Let me just tell you that. If you're being passive with how you communicate, you're being manipulative. Be assertive. Speak up. You'll know when it's time to speak up. Put yourself on Front Street. If you know, hey, I don't like the color green, and homegirl keep buying you green stuff, speak up and say, hey, boo, I don't like green. Love you, but I don't want green. You'll stop getting green. But if you want to be passive Betty and not say anything and just be like, oh, it's all right. It's nice, and then you wore it or you used it or whatever. Now they're thinking you want green, but you're going to get anxious and upset and frustrated because you never said outright, I don't like green. Maybe because you don't want to hurt their feelings. But guess what? Now you keep getting green. So, I don't know. That's a weird scenario, I guess, or example. But it's like you're learning, like, I'm just getting you're switching up how you do it, because before you realize, like, I'm creating more problems for myself by not being, by not speaking up. All right, y'all. So I'm going to read from the book your light oracle cards, and then we're going to be done because I'm tired. And I told my sister I would help her with a project. So I got to get done because it's already late. So first card out, we got love. Where is the love card? All right. Love. Ooh. Love is the sanctuary of the soul. Each step that is taken upon this path leads to a deeper understanding of the mysteries of the universe. It is a union of the self with your soul, a space where there is no separation, a knowing of the connection of oneness. Love is the acknowledgement of completeness and unity, the dispeller of illusions. Look within the codes. Allow them to sit within your heart and activate the true essence of love. I feel like that's going to resonate for you how it does. Maybe some of you don't know what love is. Maybe some of you really need to start deciding what love is. This is telling you, but like, I want you to really like define love. Define the love you want. What is love for you? Because for love, to me, love is oneness. Love is, to me, co-creation. When you can collaborate, when you can, flow and contribute and communicate. I don't know. Love is that flow, that give and take, that, you know what I'm saying? Like water. I don't know. Love is co-creation to me. So maybe for you, you need to decide, what is love? What is love? Okay? Let's get into Archangel Uriel, which was at the bottom of the deck for y'all. Harness the illumination of divine wisdom. This is the gold sitting within your light body. This wisdom is open to you if you approach with gratitude and appreciation. Allow your intuition to guide you as you walk down the golden path. Remember, I was saying that divine wisdom, right? I was saying use your intuition, right? Once you feel like you don't want to be somewhere, then leave. Once you feel like you don't want to do anything anymore, then stop. Once you feel like whatever you were doing before, once you realize you're not happy, that means something has to change. And I feel like for a lot of you, you have a hard time trusting your intuition, trusting what you really want, because there's like this battle here. There's a battle between what you're supposed to do and what you want to do. Right? That's why you're like waiting. You wait to know for sure, or you when you don't know for sure, then you stop and you get yourself confused. Just trust that you're guided. Trust that you're guided. Trust that no matter what, the step you take is going to lead you in the right direction. And if you want love, then allow love to love you. Right? You want love? Allow love to love you. When you don't feel loved, guess what? Love's not there. If you don't feel loved in a situation, love is not there. Go where there is love, okay? I feel like I need to end your reading on that. So that's all I have for you, Group 3. If you enjoyed this reading and or it resonated, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye!